Curling now enters the Sports Weekend spotlight.
1963, when they took the Brier to Brandon.
Hi, everybody. I'm Don Whitman with Don Duguid, two-time world champion.
Reveille will take the game.
Not a question about it. Right on the nose. It never wavers.
A little bit of curling history for you.
High drama, high intensity.
Whoa!
Hello! Oh, that was my favorite opening ever. All our favorite moments. And my favorite shot in that, in addition to all of the shots, was looking at Nick Edin looking like he was drinking a juice pack with his gold medal as he watched the bronze medal game, Sweden and Switzerland. He stayed for that game. That's how he celebrated his gold medal.
And we're celebrating a bigger achievement as far as I'm concerned. Our 1 year anniversary. Happy birthday, that curling show. What do you got? Oh, beautiful. I went and bought some cake. Rule number one in broadcast that we're told, don't eat on the air.
Right.
Except when it comes to pickled eggs and cake.
What kind of cake did you get? It doesn't look like chocolate to me.
It's cheesecake.
Yeah, I know. You can't eat and talk. Makes me want to eat another egg.
No,
or not. Not the same as cake.
Hi again, curling fans, wherever you're watching tonight. An exciting time, no doubt. Our last Olympic show. What a journey it's been, Cole.
Speaking of our birthday, you can have another bite of cake if you want.
I'm about to.
We thank the fans so much because if you guys didn't show up, there'd be no show. So thank you. And also the curlers, that they give so much of their time so that they can be on this place that we've created some space for them to have a conversation. So, but first off, to the fans, thank you. Not many sports could do this.
Absolutely not. I mean, Cole, when we talked about this, when we imagined this, when we
4 years ago in Pyeongchang.
4 years ago in Pyeongchang, and we wanted to do this together. We've done it together, let's be honest. A year ago, we sort of talked about, we have a show, and what a thing it was.
Now we have a hat and a mug.
What a thing it was to do it during a pandemic, right? When we were all in our homes and we were all torn apart, and yet we had this beautiful thing that sort of grew and evolved and brought us all a little closer together. Yeah.
And we couldn't do it without producer Soph. I mean, she's an unsung hero, invisibly sometimes not. Sometimes she pops in. But anyhow, but let's talk about curling. Guess what's just about ready to happen? They are almost here. They are here. They're stretching. They're doing a lot of this. Okay. You don't have to kill it the way you and Joe do. All they're doing is this. I'm not even kidding. So Japan, and they have been just, really superstars here.
No kidding.
Everybody adores them. They are smiling all the time. And I know Canadian fans have seen them before. I hope they see them on this, incredibly huge stage and notice that they still bring the joy and the laughter and the enthusiasm of playing. To me, they embody what sport is all about.
Absolutely.
And then what can you say about Eve Muirhead from Great Britain?
She was down
and out on so many occasions. She was the flag bearer for Great Britain. Fourth Olympics for her. And there were 4 flag bearers in that opening ceremonies that all also played in 4-person curling. A lot of times athletes, because it's so close to their event, won't walk in those opening ceremonies. All of those teams, it's interesting that Japan walked and Great Britain walked as well, to no adverse problem. But Great Britain, amazing, because this is you've often called it like a heavyweight boxing match. And boy, they've been knocked down so many times through this. And I saw them in the mix zone when they suffered loss number 4, tears in their eyes that they were out. And I said to Eve, this is 4 still in it, Eve. And she said, I don't think so.
Wow.
And I said, no, four's still going to be there. And I said, maybe you're the team of destiny. And she said, well, we have Rona Martin, Stone of Destiny, so we know about that. And I thought, appropriate.
Beautiful.
And she talked about that when I interviewed her, just that Rona's been a real role model for so many of the curlers. So the only time Scotland, Great Britain has won the gold medal was when Rona did it in 2002. And
Right.
she was down and out as well. So she just keeps on finding a way to win in that thrilling game against Sweden. So,
well, I know that curling fans across the country and around the world are looking forward to this women's gold medal game. I know a lot of Canadian curling fans would have loved for it to have been Jennifer Jones, but this just sets up a wonderful finish in what has been a pretty extraordinary curling event, hasn't it, Cole?
Oh, it has. I mean, so many plot twists along the way and so much drama. And then, you know, for it to come down in the women's for Jennifer Jones to that last stone draw.
Right.
And the two teams that edged her out are here in the final.
Right.
It's sort of like, oh, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but wasn't.
Right.
So that's luck of the draw sometimes. You know, we don't always like what we get, but we'll take it. And but it is interesting that both those teams were about this much ahead of her in the last stone draw. So bummer, but great. It'll be a great final.
I put down some thoughts, a little bit of a bow on the Canadian curling journey. That piece is up on CBC Sports. I don't know if
that was beautiful, by the way. Yeah, that's a must read. And so is, if I could steer people to the Olympic Channel, the documentary they did on Rona Martin. If you're a curling history buff, beautiful shots of the old game from ages ago, not just the 2002 one.
I was
back when they were on the pond. Yeah, it's a beautifully, I love documentaries. So if you like documentaries, you should put this on your list.
Listen to this. I was just about to say, curling fans, can you start hitting up Nick Edin's Twitter account and wake him up? I have my phone right by me. He literally is waking up. He DMs me right now. He said, I'm almost ready, leaving the apartment now, and then we'll connect. So the Olympic champion, Nick Edin, has that finally has that gold medal. He's going to be on the show. What
so awesome. By the way, that you have your phone beside you. There he is drinking from his juice pack and an Olympic gold medal, just having a time. You know, the rest of us would be cracking open champagne. It says a lot about the team spirit and the support Nick and Anna's team have for each other, that those guys they came right from the gold medal ceremony. They were the first to be seated down to cheer on Anna's. And I don't know if I told you about how she seemed as excited as when they won the gold 4 years ago.
So nice.
You and I were there, so you remember that. Remember the King of Sweden was there too.
That's right.
Anyhow, she was so excited because the journey, and we always talk about this for the Canadian teams, that the journey's been hard and COVID times. For them, they were uncertain whether their lead, Sophia, would play at these Olympic Games because of her positive COVID test. That put the team under a lot of stress.
Yep.
She said the only time she held the broom for Sarah was like a half hour here at the games because their restrictions, their quarantine, etc. Yes.
Sorry, I want to get to the panel before we get to Nick, because I know the panel's got to get ready for the broadcast of that gold medal.
Bring them in.
So
we're just having a birthday party. That's all. Bring them in. Maybe they brought cake.
I want to know if they have some cake. Are you guys eating cake? Let's see. Yes. Outstanding. We will celebrate, no doubt. Good evening to all of you. Wonderful to see you again. This is it. And Bruce, over to you.
What a games. What a games. Maybe, I don't know where history will rank this men's gold medal game. When both teams under that intense pressure play 90% and they're just off the charts, I think it's going to be really, really high. Nick Edin, I don't know. This is, I love this GOAT talk, you know. When you're talking gold, silver, bronze, and multi-world championships, he's in the GOAT conversation. There is no question. Back to that Mount Rushmore conversation.
Right.
And I love the fact that the two teams that have won bronze here, Colleen alluded to this, they celebrated like there was no tomorrow. So don't let anybody ever tell you that a bronze medal means anything less than those above it. They really felt it and it meant something to them. So that was really nice to see. So good stuff overall.
Outstanding. Joe, some thoughts as we get ready for this women's gold medal game that is highly anticipated. You're muted.
No, I failed. I had to mute because I didn't want you guys to hear me chewing.
Right.
Anyways, like Colleen said, we all wanted it to be Canada, but if it couldn't be Canada, I mean, I think we're going to be highly, highly entertained tonight. Just to watch both teams. Eve Muirhead was so entertaining in that semifinal with how she went after Anna Hasselborg. I'm curious to see if she's going to do that again tonight, because this Japanese team is also extremely offensive. So I don't know if that was a tactic to beat Hasselborg, or if that's just how they're rolling, if they're just going to throw the kitchen sink at the other team all game long. So very excited to see how this game goes. And I think it speaks to how women's curling in general is just in a great spot. Like we said, 8 teams could have been in this game, and I think it's going to be a good one.
I love Mike's view there in the booth. It's smaller than what I even envisioned.
Oh, it's tiny. Check out Joanne's Instagram page. It's a cage. Bruce has got the suite. He's got a double size. It's like a double wide trailer over there that he's got, and he's got the same amount of space that Joanne and I have to share. So
yeah,
he is the main man though. So play by play requires a little extra leg room. I think
that's because I actually have notes.
Yeah. Hello.
What are those notes you speak of? Yes.
But Mike, this game today, what a matchup, Japan and both speak about how much this will grow the game if either of them win the gold medal. Eve thinks it'll do more for women's curling in Scotland and Great Britain, and ditto for Japan. Obviously, they're hoping it inspires a whole generation of little girls, those 8-9-year-olds, to play the game.
Right. Well, we've got a population of 125 million in Japan. I was texting JD Lind, coach of Team Fuji. His birthday today, by the way. Not today where you are, but today where we are is JD's birthday. So he's I'm sure he's happy to not get a birthday present in Beijing of playing for the bronze medal. So he's going to have a chance to win a gold medal with his team. They're so much fun to watch. I asked JD how many people are going to be watching, and he thinks, well, the whole country. 125 million. He goes, everyone's going to be watching this game Sunday morning, and so it's gonna boom in Japan anyway, I think. And to Eve's point, I think the Olympics every year does wonders for our sport. And look at Italy with Stefania Constantini. What a instant superstar. You just hope that the game grows everywhere, and it always tends to have a little surge almost everywhere except Canada, interestingly. So US as well. I think they were well behind John Schuster. John making the playoffs is a huge impact. But for tonight's game, I just think I can't wait to see how many rocks are going to be in play. Right. You've got two fantastic, entertaining teams. And who Japan is. I don't use the word adorable. They're just so much fun. Their joy is infectious, right? When you watch them play, you're just happy to see them happy. And even her team, I think, have been a revelation since they kind of threw this team together just before the European playdowns, and they've just are continuing to roll. They got the good break to get into the playoffs, but they looked amazing in that. Despite giving up 4 in the first end, they played really, really well.
Guys, I don't know how much time you have, but Nick Edin is literally standing outside the apartment. So I'm wondering, can we bring him in with the entire panel? The champion is here.
Nicholas!
Hello.
Way to go.
Good morning to you, Nick. You're waking up an Olympic champion. Describe the moment.
Yeah, it feels amazing, obviously. We've worked so many years for this in a sport that is really difficult to win. You get one chance every 4 years, and we kind of feel it's 50-50 against most teams here. So you got to have a lot of momentum and luck on your side as well. But we played really well, tried to control everything we could this week, and in the semifinal and final, it was coming down to millimeters, literally. So
I think we're
lost him.
I think we lost him a little bit, Nick. I don't know if you're able to get in a better Wi-Fi spot. I know it's been a little bit of an adventure over there with connectivity. but we will keep trying.
Sorry. Yeah.
There he is.
I can see you perfectly, but I can see I'm losing the connection a little bit. So hope it works.
Nick, those games, if you could hear us, those games you played, both the semi and the final, those are two of the greatest games we've ever seen. They must have been so much fun and yet so tension-filled to play.
I don't know if his connection. Maybe we can try to reconnect.
We'll clear up.
We'll try and reconnect him. Great question, Bruce. But I want to make sure, Bruce, that you get a chance to send a message. I know you want to say something to the team.
Yeah, a little something here, Devin. You know, we're on the eve here of the women's gold medal game. We're also about, I'm going to say, 16 days away from International Women's Day. I've been blown away by Sophie, your producer. The effort she puts into this show is off the charts. Your openings, your montages, her demeanor is wonderful. Colleen and I live 10 minutes away from each other in Halifax, and we used to get to see each other a lot more and work together a lot more. We don't as much anymore, and it's always so fun when we do. I love it. She's got such great energy. She's been so good at these games over there with the teams and the interviews and her presence and her reports. So just Colleen, amazing job. And to Joanne. Joanne had 4 games of broadcast experience before coming to join this Olympic team. Think about that for a second. And, you know, she was probably a little nervous out of the gate. She didn't show it, but I know behind the scenes, but she grew into it so quickly and got relaxed so quickly and accepted 2 guys who think they're much funnier than they really are quickly. She became a great part of this squad. So, you know, with the women's game coming up at International Women's Day coming up, I want to salute 3 very special women who I had a chance to work with real closely during these games. You guys are all the very, very best, and it's part of the reason why this job is so wonderful to do and so fun to do.
All class. Wonderful note. Colin Joe?
What?
Me?
One of you respond.
I was having a hard time hearing because they were singing "Having Beer on a Champagne Night." So in the song,
I was trying to remember every word you were saying, word for word, there, Bruce. And I'm glad that I can get this on YouTube later. And just thank you guys for the experience. It was phenomenal, and that's a lot to say about you guys because I would not have been able to do this without your support. And it was just such a great team, and can't wait to have one more game together. And I had a lot more fun than I expected to. And I'm really happy I was able to settle in because I don't think my hands stopped sweating for like the first 10 to 12 games. But now we're in it, and it's lots of fun.
Listen, Joanne's the first broadcaster I've ever worked with that had to go for physio middle of the week because she was so tight, so tense. It was great. Like I said, okay, it's just sit, just enjoy the game, Joe. No, can't do it. She's getting right into it. It was so great.
All the time, okay, guys?
Oh yeah, just so great. So anyway, yeah, and to echo what Bruce is saying, like it's always so much fun to work with this gang, and to have Sophie and Joe join the Four Amigos. So like I said, those bus rides in Pyeongchang, we go back 4 years ago, and we had some good fun then, and it's continued right through these games as well. So it's been a pleasure, and I always say it's a privilege for us to bring the games to Canada. I think something that we don't take lightly, and I hope people have enjoyed what they're seeing, and we try to be frank and honest, and I get you're too honest sometimes a lot, but that's our job. So congratulations to all the athletes, and thanks to all the athletes, as Bruce alluded to, for coming in. How hard is it to come after a tough loss and come do an interview, and they all did it. So thank you.
Joe, you got to go because you have a game to call. You got to get.
I got to get across the street. These guys are already at work. They're making me look bad. So thanks, guys. Have a good show.
Squeeze her out. Bruce, how many hours of broadcasting is this? And here's a footnote. Being here, every other commentator and broadcaster is looking at me going, but Canada's out. Why are you still doing curling? And I'm going, because it is curling. It doesn't matter who's playing. We're going to love it. So how many hours for you, minutes on the air? Because it sounds like you might need to gargle with some salt and warm water.
Yeah, and I'm going to be okay. 43 games, Colleen, at about 3 hours a pop. So that's, I guess, 130 hours or so. But goes by fast when you're loving it. And to you and Devin, by the way, it's really nice when you have a you got a dream and you work hard and it comes to fruition. So 1 year for a show is a good run. You guys get great reviews, and I can see why. And it's a wonderful thing you've put together here. So congrats on the 1 year.
Thank you, Bruce. Mike, top notch. I'm going to keep eating cake.
Bruce owes me lunch when I get back to Nova Scotia. I'm sure Mike is buying you dinner as well.
We would like look Bruce is over there. Joanne's empty. We need to get her here.
Yeah, get her.
We'll let you guys go.
Thanks, guys.
First class, as always. Have a great last call.
Appreciate it.
Love being on the show, guys, and keep it up. Here's to years 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
More to come. We're going to Italy. You better believe it, baby. Nick is back. We're going to try this again. What a guy to reconnect. And there he is. Nick, I think this is better. You look great. We see you in real time. Let's get back to it. Bruce was saying in the semifinal and the final, perhaps two of the best games you might have ever played. Describe what worked.
Yeah, for sure. I think both the semifinal and the final, they were coming down to millimeters here and there, and both teams played great in both occasions. So we're thrilled to put ourselves in a position where we have had a chance to win, and then obviously we needed a lot to go our way and make a lot of shots during both those games. And then in the semifinal, hoping for a miss also on Brad's last, and it was super close, so that was nerve-wracking for sure. And then final versus the Scottish team, it was close the whole way. They started with hammer, and we knew we were going to have to play a close to perfect game the whole way to have a chance to win.
Wow.
A bronze, silver, and a gold. I mean, what makes this team so darn special? You guys never look flustered. Your communication's always on point. What's the chemistry and makeup of this team that makes it so great?
I think in the beginning we all just love sports and trainings. I think from like when we put this team together, it was based on talent and skill in our sport. So we kind of tried to handpick a team that could go all the way, and then obviously a lot of hard work from there to actually go all the way also. But so I think kind of what makes us stand out a little bit is just the kind of raw talent and kind of visualizing how to play the game to win in the end. And I think a lot of guys have that out there, but I think it's fairly rare in curling still to put a team together where all four have that same kind of mentality, and all four could be skipping in any of the elite teams, I think. So we got like a unique lineup to start with, and then all the hard work and learning along the way. And obviously we haven't been this good for all those years, but we've tried to learn and playing as much as we can in Canada, and playing all the slams and yeah, obviously watching a lot of curling and just analyzing as we go.
Well, Nick, I wanted to ask you about that. You might not find a more beloved foreign team than your team in Canada. You watch VHS tapes of Kevin Martin and his Briars to learn the game back in Sweden. You've lived in Canada to practice. What do you say to Canadians who were supporting you throughout all of this over all of these years?
Yeah, obviously Canada was so close to a second home for us. Coming over so often, it was around 150 days a year, I think, for a few years there, and then obviously a little bit less now because of COVID, and then also because of us getting older, and kind of doesn't really make sense to travel over 200 days a year anymore. But at the same time, it's always lovely to go back, and curling is huge in Canada too, so it's definitely something special to go there and play in the big events and the slams. And the overall knowledge of the sport is huge as well. So for us, it'll always be special to go back to Canada and play curling, and hopefully we can do that a lot more in the future. And if COVID goes away, maybe we go back to normal or close to it at least. And that would be amazing.
Tell me how you celebrated last night, Nick, because we saw you here for the entire women's game, and you were the first in the stands pretty much. You guys with your gold medals, and you drinking what looked like a sippy cup of juice. Did you?
It was milk.
There you are. How did you celebrate last night?
Yeah, it was milk. So definitely tried to celebrate as much as we could and just talk to friends and family that have stood along our side for many years now and kind of let us do this as much as we have. And we love the sport and they love the sport and they love us. So they have been supporting us for all these years. So super important to kind of let them know that we thank them and love them a lot too for letting us do this and supporting us. So last night was a lot about just reaching out to family and friends, and obviously a lot of media and a lot of attention from other athletes in the village and stuff too. So super amazing. It was definitely a lot of hours and a lot of messages sent last night, and a little bit tired today. Not gonna lie, I think I slept 2 hours, but on to it again for a fantastic day. We're gonna do some more celebrations with the Olympic Committee here, and then super early tomorrow morning we leave for home hopefully. So some busy times. We'll see if we do the closing ceremony, but even if we're not doing that, we're going to do a lot of celebrations today as well in the village.
It says a lot about you, Nick, that you were willing to wake up for us and be on this show and speak to the.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No
I
problem.
want to ask you personally. You and I have had a lot of conversations over the years about all of the surgeries, about you wondering if you were able to go on in this sport, about the sponsorship issues in the country, and you persevered. What does gold finally mean throughout all of this for you?
Yeah, obviously we just love doing sports, and we love this sport especially much. And then obviously you're gonna have some up and downs over a long career, like you can have in curling. It's like something like 15 years and running at the elite level. So hopefully all those kind of setbacks and injuries and surgeries and switching teams and overall just everything that happens kind of leads to something and you can learn from it. So I think that's part of why we're here today and kind of managed to keep our cool through all this. Is kind of what we've went through in our lives and in our careers so far, and just coming back from things physically and mentally that have been tough over the years, and hopefully that has made us a little bit stronger than some of the other teams that are kind of on the rise maybe a little bit, but they will have the same learning curves over their careers. So a lot of the teams that are young and up and coming now, in a few years they will come up to the same level and learn the same things. So hopefully we can just stay ahead for a little bit longer. That would be lovely. But yeah, we're by no means we think we can stay at this level forever. So we're going to try and enjoy it as much as we can and keep playing for as long as we think it's the most fun thing in the world. And we enjoy everything around curling, and especially the social part is very special in curling, and meeting all the fans, and it's very approachable in curling. So we love to compete for a few more years if we can, and then when it's no longer like in our grasp to go to these big events and try to win them, then we'll have to figure something else out. But hopefully that's nowhere near in time yet.
Right.
Well, we hope we're in Vegas by poolside doing that curling show, and you can come on with us. It's going to be at the pool, though, okay, at the World Championships. Are we taking the show on the road, Devin, or am I'm getting ahead of myself?
I hope we are. Nick, you're going to be there in Vegas? Yeah?
Yeah, we got the announcement a few weeks before the Olympics that we were selected for that Worlds, and basically the reason is that we don't really have enough strong teams behind us. We have a couple of young teams. They are up and coming and will be there soon, but this Worlds would have been a little bit too soon maybe. So we got selected to go back and try and defend the title that we won in Vegas, and then also the defending world champs. So we're going back to try and defend, and yeah, we got a lot to play for still. So we're gonna try and just keep the form up, and obviously celebrating these Olympic Games. But then in just a few weeks' time, we have something huge to play for again. So yeah, love competing in curling, and for now, we can just enjoy it and kind of not let any pressure come to us. I think we've achieved what we want to achieve in this sport, but if we can do more, then that's a huge bonus. But we're going to try and just enjoy it and have fun, play curling for the reason we started playing, and that's because it's the most fun sport we know, and we love doing it.
Beautiful messages.
Yeah, nice. Well, we love you, and congratulations on that gold medal. I know you studied Kevin Martin's tapes, and he's considered the GOAT, but no, man, it's you.
It is
You've
you.
done so much. Olympic gold, silver, bronze, 5 world championships. Hello. So good.
Yeah,
Thank you for all your time.
When you win 5 of them, you're kind of the defending champion a lot, Nick. And of course, that time in Vegas was a memorable time as well. You provided curling fans some exceptional moments, and as Bruce Rainey said on the broadcast last night, 3 crowns for Sweden: bronze, silver, and finally gold. Congratulations, Nick.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but now we're finally there. So couldn't be more thrilled.
Enjoy it, Nick. Wonderful. And I can't wait to see you back in the rink. I know Colin and I are going to try and be in Vegas, so we hope to see you there.
Amazing.
Nice.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Thank you for getting out of bed for us. Go have something bigger than a juice pack. And by the way, in addition to that Olympics.com documentary on Rona Martinstone of Destiny, the New York Times did a fabulous spread on Nick Edin. And that's worth buying a subscription to read. Am I directing people away from PPC? I don't mean to, but I think all the journalism is good. All of it's good.
Nick, say congratulations to the entire team. We know them well. They're good friends of all of ours. So congratulations to you. Enjoy it.
Awesome job.
Thank you so much.
All right, Nick. Bye-bye. What a champ. Everything about him. I mean, you see his demeanor hours after being an Olympic champion, Call, and his demeanor is just like another day, right? Nothing changes about Nick Edin.
It doesn't. His humility and kindness and thoughtfulness on every word he speaks is just to be applauded. It's and you know, you have to remember that English is his second language as well, and it's so perfect. And I remember years ago interviewing him, and he just keeps getting so comfortable, making sure that he takes the time to speak to us all the time. It's really wonderful.
I believe 3 or 4 of his world championship titles, one on Canadian soil and the other one, of course, in Las Vegas. So he loves curling in Canada, and just judging by the reaction on my Twitter when the team won, Call, they're just so beloved, so beloved in Canada.
Yeah, every Pea Lindholm, same thing. When he was on his incredible 3 world championships, and he used to coach this team. Now he's running the Chinese program, and he certainly played a big role in the development of this team. Their joy after that was such a beautifully curled game. Yeah, so precise every shot. Very few mistakes. It was really a great example of just excellence from both teams. It was a hard game to win and a hard game to lose.
Yeah, I had tweeted, you know, if you want to learn how to curl, watch that game over and over and over. 94% is a team for Sweden, 90% for Great Britain, and just a note on the Scots. They have so much winning ahead of them.
They really do.
They are all class, and what a force they are going to be for years.
Well, I know that was a tough loss. I mean, it looked like down the stretch when it became a game of, well, it was a game of who had hammer every single time.
Right.
But when it looked like Bruce Mowat had negotiated and navigated his way to the having the hammer at the right time in the right moment, and they played so great.
Wow.
Hard game to lose. There wasn't much to choose between those two teams. Either one of them could have won the gold medal. But that's the reality of curling. You often know that. You often have such respect for your opponent that you know it's not that you lost the game, it's that sometimes the game wins.
Right.
And that's what hooks us on the game. No different than golf. You never totally master it. It can beat you sometimes. And and your opponent when both teams are playing well, it's not, neither team really loses that game. Just one is a different color medal.
What a photo that was of Gushu in the bronze, Moet on the silver, and Nicodine atop. 3 teams, Colleen, as good as it gets. What a photo.
And the surprise of this tournament on the men's side anyhow was the performance of Peter de Cruz in Switzerland. They were never in the conversation. They lost close games. I mean, they could have, their record easily could have been turned around. They were always sort of, knocking on the door of getting another win. But I mean, that's a sensational team that could now move on to the World Championships in Las Vegas and win them because they're that good.
Yep.
But they definitely just were, hate to use my cliche, but wrong side of the inch in every game.
And that's
but when you look at that medal podium, those are the 3. You're going, yep, gold, silver, bronze, and it could have gone in any direction there.
Could have moved them around.
And they all know it.
We're winding down here as we celebrate our 1-year anniversary on that curling show. And
I might have a sippy cup of juice later.
Well, I don't know if you heard him call. It wasn't juice. It was milk. I don't think you heard him. It was milk.
All right, I didn't hear it, but okay, milk it is.
So drink your milk, I guess, and be an Olympic champion. A video made by the fans, by Jill, who we've had on the show before in Newfoundland and Labrador. We are so blessed to have the fans we do. And Jill put together, we're calling her Producer Jill now as well. Producer Jill has put together a video that had me in tears. So I'm glad I watched this before the show, but we're going to watch it now. Celebrate and wind this 1-year anniversary showdown. Let's watch.
Hi again, curling fans. But the Olympics are just about over, and did we ever enjoy cheering on our curlers? To Rachel, Johnny Moe, Team Jones, and Team Guju, thank you for representing our country with class, determination, and humility. We couldn't be prouder. As for today, we have a very special episode. We have a number of in-the-house guests who wish to send a message to Devin, Colleen, and producer Soph. Let's roll that now.
Devin, Colleen, and producer Soph, thank you for a wild, emotional, raw ride. It has been wonderful viewing the show every night. Thank you again.
I just wanted to say thank you so much to you, Devin, Colleen, and Sophie, for the absolute wonderful The Curling Show, and for all the information you've given us for the Olympics, for the curling, for everything. Thank you.
Devin, Colleen, and producer Soph, it's Zach from Swansea, Wales. Just wanted to say a big thank you for taking us on this year-long ride with you and uniting the curling community during this tough year. You're all the best.
Hi, Devin, Colleen, and Sophie. Thank you for that curling show. For the interviews, the heartfelt stories, and all those whiteboards. Till we meet again. Go, Canada, go.
So 2 weeks of that curling show. Thank you so much, Devin. You get some tappity taps. And Colleen, thank you. You get hill runners. And of course, can't do it without producer Sophie. You get some twisty thingies. See you at the Paralympics.
Hey, Colleen, Devin, and producer Soph. I love that curling show. It was awesome. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Sophie, Colleen, Devin, just wanted you guys to know how much that curling show has been a lifeline for me over this past year. Thank you for making me feel like I was part of the curling family.
This is going to be short and sweet, but heartfelt nonetheless. Devin, Colleen, and Sophie, congratulations on the first year of your show. It is fantastic and I love it. Thank you for all you guys do for the sport of curling, especially. All sports, but curling, you just bring it to life for me. And I love seeking out all your posts and commenting. And I just love your heartfelt take on everything. Anyway, that's it from Lynn here in Logie Bay, Newfoundland. Bye.
Happy anniversary to the Curling Show, Devin, Colleen, and producer Sophie. Thank you so much for keeping us entertained, informed, and connected through laughter and through tears. Cheers.
Hi, Devin, Colleen, and producer Soph. Today is the 1-year anniversary of That Curling Show. I want to thank you, all of you. In 2007, curling saved my sanity after surgery. In the last year, you've made us laugh, you've made us cry, and you've brought us together from all over the world. So thank you all, and buckle up.
Devin, Colleen, Sophie, thank you so much for bringing it as you always do and allowing us fans to live, breathe, and play right alongside those curlers. Thanks so much.
Hi, Devin, Colleen, and producer Soph. This is Michelle coming to you from beautiful Conception Bay South. Just want to thank you for your outstanding coverage during these games. It's been nothing short of amazing. Your heartfelt interviews, all the emotions, all the feels have been incredible. Always look forward to your coverage, bringing the stories of our curling community together, buckling up for the next ride. Take care.
Well, wasn't that something? There's not much more to be said. But on a personal note, thank you, Devin, Colleen, and Sophie. Your show gives us access to curlers like never before. We've enjoyed the honest interviews, heartfelt video montages, discussion panels, the funny moments, the tearjerkers, and the endless coffee. And it was a distraction from COVID when we needed it. So that's it for our show tonight. Stay safe. And as always, curling fans, buckle up.
Wow, that was so special. So special. It's the reason we do the show for you guys. So that you took the time to edit your fan edition of That Curling Show, and the comments were beautiful. It's exactly what we wanted to do when we talked about doing a show, was connecting the fans, having a place for the curler's voice and the fans' voice. Because sometimes the things the fans say on Twitter to us, we are points that we didn't think about. And so then we think about what they're saying. And so that we have this virtual connection to all of Canada with the curling community. It's why we're doing the show. So thank you. And buckle up.
Yeah. Craig Yellen saying I'm speechless. I was speechless, Call. That is special stuff. And we like you said, there's not much more to add. We wanted community, and we're all right here with you.
Yeah, it does feel like a community. It feels like a curling family, what we've created on this show. And we're eternally grateful to producer Soph. Where is producer Soph on this? I
don't
she's
know.
Probably bawling, is she? She should put herself in this.
I think she already watched it. I'm going to eat more
say
cake.
Cheers. Oh, producer Soph, how are you doing? And she's starting curling, by the way, curling fans.
She is.
She's starting at the Grimsby Curling Club on Friday night.
You guys, I'm a wreck. Like this, this last 3 days has been super emotional. But I just want to echo all the fans that have loved the coverage and the way that you two make everyone feel like they are a part of the show. Like you just said, Colleen, it's the whole point of it, is why we do it. And I'm just happy to be along for the ride.
No, but you're not just on the ride. You're a huge part of the show. People absolutely adore your montages and the fact how you're able to bring everybody's comments, not everybody's, but as many as you can. You care about the show as much as Devin and I, and it shows in the work that you do. So for all that you do, if we ever take you for granted, producer Soph, which hopefully we don't, we love you. And I know that what you just spoke of, the fact that now you're part of the curling family, and you didn't, what other sport would allow that in for a producer?
Well, exactly.
Hello.
Yeah,
It's
I'm gonna
big,
wear.
right?
I'm gonna have to wear my That Curling Show merch and hope someone at the curling club is like, "Oh, you watched that show?" And I'll go, Yeah, I produce it.
Oh,
Nice.
that's amazing. Sophie,
Nice.
you have such an eye for this, and
Yeah.
you're a real gem. And we're the little engine that could. And boy, we're not going anywhere. We're only just beginning. So well done, well done. Lots of love for you. Okay, Call. We're winding.
I think I have to turn my curling light on because there's a little thing called a light off because there's a little thing called a gold medal game, and they're practicing now. That's Japan and Great Britain in the gold medal showdown. I forgot we had a game. We've got a game going on. I got to get focused.
Did you get your COVID test done? Everybody was.
Oh my goodness! I passed. Honestly, the COVID tests were the same things I used to get. Everybody's had the trying to get to the test nightmares in their dreams.
Right.
I was having so when you said yesterday when we ended the show, test, talk about a panic, talk about a jump, and people said, "Oh, it wasn't."
That
and
was
then I tried
real.
to look at I was gone. I passed. I get to get out of the country. Although I loved it. And thank you to the volunteers here in this building. Oh my, I love them. You're going to love it. We're doing the Paralympics. You're coming.
Yes.
I've told everybody you're coming. We're switching. If you want me to stay, I will. Not a problem.
Will
I got
you?
nothing going on. Got nothing going on. So
you gotta get home.
anyway.
You got to get home. We'll just swap places. And as you said, we're going to do that curling show during the Paralympics because wheelchair curling takes center stage on that ice behind you. And
I just might stay. I might stay. I might be in your room. When you're in my room, I might just stay in the room. There's twin beds. We'll be fine. Come on. You don't want too much of me, right? I get it. Okay. Happy anniversary. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And thank you to all the fans for that montage. That was a real highlight.
Yeah, outstanding. You're simply the best, Call. Love you lots. And people want to know rock colors before you go. Rock colors. Rock colors.
Oh, rock colors. Thank you. Japan is throwing red, wearing black.
Okay.
So obviously that leaves Great Britain. This is so many plot lines to this story. It's going to be a great game. I love it. Two terrific teams.
That's a wrap on 1 year of That Curling Show. To the fans, it's because of you we do this, and we're just getting started. Enjoy the final game of the Olympics.
Here's a kiss. See you. I passed my test.
Buckle up.